All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 915. That's the face of a woman who just got told that when we start recording, that's the thumbnails that I'm going to start using for, all the different, when we post. I'm like, so if you're looking down or you look serious, I only have so many things I can look for. So now it's like, I'm going to make my thumbnail face. That's Brandy. Anyways, my name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs all the back office and chooses the thumbnails for all the things you see on YouTube, Patreon, Discord, Facebook. Thank you all for joining us or watching this on the replay. Be sure to get those notifications and subscribe. But you're not here for all that. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and the Series 7. Tonight is the Studying Brew of 915, and this is the Series 6. Tonight, we go over 6 different exam questions for 6 different exams. And guess what? We're going to have 6 different answers, all using techniques. We're going to be using some content. We're going to throw everything we learned throughout the week on the Studying Brew, all the 30 minutes of free, all adding up tonight. So we want to say thank you for being here. But first, I always like to start Thursday off with, guys, you got to get centered. You got to get motivated. You got to just make sure that you get this thing done over the weekend. We got craziness happening over the weekend because we're heading into graduations. We got parties. We got all kinds of things happening, right? There's all kinds of functions. We got conventions coming. We got month end out here. We've got barbecues. We got Thea's asking us to come over and sample their tamales. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So make sure that you get your studying in and you get it done early. Look, in the summer, when you're out and you're going to go work in the fields, what time do you go to work? Early in the morning. You get it done early in the morning before the heat comes. You know what I mean? Before the heat of your day. And I'm not saying temperature wise, before the heat of the day and everybody demands your time and attention, get your studying done. Just make it happen early. Just get it over with because you have control at that point. If you're doing it at the end of the night and you find yourself exhausted, unable to focus, unable to get through the content, tired, listless, guess what? That means you need to switch up your time of when you study. And you know what else you can do? You don't have to do like 3 to 4 hours all at once. Brandy would have died. I'm telling you, Brandy would have never been in front of you if she was told that she had to sit there for 4 hours straight. Am I lying?
No, you're accurate.
I am very accurate. I know my wife. There's no way that if they would have told her you have to sit every day for 4 to 3 hours and you just sit there and study, you're not gonna get this. She would have never got it.
No.
I'm just letting you know. That's not the way to do it. Break it out, break it up throughout the day, especially if you're doing the Kona 21-day plan. Have an hour here, listen to it in the car there, take an hour here, take an hour there. Guys, break it up. Do quizzes there, here, and there. Do quizzes while you wait for clients. Do quizzes after your client. Do quizzes while you wait in line for lunch. Do quizzes while you're waiting in line for dinner. Do quizzes all the time throughout your day when you're just sitting there on the toilet, maybe. I'm just saying, instead of doom scrolling on Instagram, what is it? Brandy always gets uncomfortable because I say do it on the toilet. Look, we all know everybody brings the phone into the toilet. I mean, give me a break. Everybody does it.
You could just say the
Everybody
bathroom,
does it.
though. People know what you mean when you
No,
say
I have to be direct. There's some people that go in the bathroom and they powder their nose, if that's a thing anymore. And then there's people that, that get to work. I'm saying in that time, if you are sitting there and you are scrolling through Instagram anywhere and throughout your day, whether it's in the bathroom or not, guys, take advantage of that time and do something productive. Do something productive. You have more time in your day than you think. Do you know how much time wastes when you're just scrolling around on social media?
So much time.
And if you're like, oh, I'm one of those people, I'm better than everyone, I don't have social media. And I say that sarcastically. Look, there's still times in your day that you're in some sort of business of somebody else's, and you could have been doing a quiz.
Your own business?
Your own business, your own quiz. You could have had your nose on your own paper, like they said in school, right? Paying attention to what you're doing on your own paper. Look, their time gets slipped up and slipped away all the time, and we don't take an account of it. You got to audit it. And if you haven't audited your time, like the much way you audit your accounts in your wallet, guess what? It's time to do that too. It's time to do that too. Yes. Because somewhere in there, you've got a leak. Just much like if you had a hole in your pocket and you don't know why that $20 bill isn't in there, at the end of the day, you need to fix the leak of your time. Where did it go? Why do I feel like I have no time? Why did it take me so much time? And some things, look, I know that all of us feel like we have to take charge of every single little aspect of everything in our day to day. Some things can be micromanaged out. They can be managed by other people. Brandy did. Guess what she didn't do the entire time she studied? She did not go get the kids from school. She did not do the snack times. She did not do the cooking. She did not do the cleaning. I did. I strapped that apron on like I was the maid and I went to work. And you know what I did? I looked at her when she was sitting there. I'm like, hey, how's that studying going? And she looked at me with my apron on. And she's like, I guess I better get to work.
Truth.
That's what's up. I didn't coach her. I didn't like say anything. I just like, I'm doing my part. How about you? That's basically what I was saying. There's other people in your life. If you have a business and you're like, I have to close every single one of them and I have to do this, my team doesn't know how to do it. Whose fault is that? You need to be a better leader so that way you can get other people to start helping themselves.
Train your team.
Train your team. You need people that are fishermen, not people waiting on the sidelines waiting for fish to come.
And sometimes just pushing them out
teaches them to fly.
Exactly.
But I'm not here to train you on how to do your business. I'm just telling you, you got to take charge of your time so that way you have time to invest in yourself. And that is what we need to do. That's what you need to do. So this weekend, take an audit of your time, take an audit of all the things that are going on, and make sure you stay committed and focused to what you want to do and getting this license done in the time frames that you have set out to do, because that is the only person that can make that happen. The only person that can make that happen. It doesn't matter how good our content is. It doesn't matter what we offer in the lives. It doesn't matter how many quizzes or anything is available to you. If you don't make yourself available to do this and stay committed to it and be consistent, it's all to waste. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's all to waste. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. You are not committed, and that is step one. Get committed to it, stay consistent, and just do it. That's all.
Yep.
All right, let's make it happen. If you're not joined up with us, guys, next week we are doing the Kona Academy. Tomorrow we're wrapping up our test prep for all the members. We're doing test prep week all week long, where Brandy's just breaking down quizzes. She's breaking down questions. She's showing you how she does it, how she would do it in the test exam. Guys, there's so many people that offer so much stuff for content and whatnot, but do they show you how to apply it? Do they show you how to take a quiz? Do they show you how to break it down in a test? Do they show you how they pass their exam step by step? Probably not. It's a lot of work. Brandy does that for the members. Time out, time in, time out every week. Every week we do it, but this week we went into it for the whole entire week. We'll be back doing that on Monday. We're going to show people to do that on Friday, but we're going to do that again on Monday. And then Tuesday, we're going to start the academy up again for the SIE. But all other programs, we have the 21-day plans. Even the SIE has a 21-day program. You can do that on your own time. It is a self-guided program. The other one, the academy, is a guided program with Brandy where we go through that for 3 to 4 weeks. But the other one is a 21-day plan. You can do that on your own time. If you ask me what would you do, I do the 21-day plan, but that's just me. I like having control over my day. I like to get my studying done early in the morning. I like to do things throughout the day and make it happen. What would you do, Brandy?
Both.
Yeah, you can do both.
And here's why. Here's the only reason why I would do both. I would probably be studying on my own on the 21-day plan at my own speed, but I would probably still be logging on every morning to keep my routine. And maybe I'm fully listening and taking notes on something I need, or I'm going to be taking a quiz while I'm listening to the lesson to stay consistent. That's what I would do.
But Brandy's a very complicated person and likes a complicated way. But you can do that with our program. You can do it any which way you want, simplistic or not. You want to do it the Brandy way, you could do it that way too. There's many different ways. Check us out. Scan the QR code, hit the links. We got 951-290-3077. We have a new June live session coming out. Brandy redid all the schedule for the summer. So make sure you pay attention to all the changes in the Google Calendar. That'll be taking place, I don't know when, but sometime this weekend we'll have all the changes. And I will have all that stuff out to you this weekend as we head into June. We have study guides, SIE 6, 63, 26, course 65. We got 65 is coming soon this year. Sorry. The study guides are available for the SIE 6 and 63. So make sure to get that. Kona community, we have the free Discord. You can join that. Check us out. We have Instagram, Telegram, all that good stuff. All right. Tomorrow, like I said, we have just remember, we have just that all exams member session where we're doing test prep. That's the only session we'll be doing tomorrow for the members. Kona Academy is suspended until next week when we start it over again. So that time, so when you're used to going to that time, don't worry about that. Just be there for that 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check all the local listings of your time zone. I don't know where you live. You check and be there.
Sorry.
People do that to me all the time. They like call up and they go, "But what time for me?" I'm like, "I don't know where you live. What do I know? Where do you live?" And then they tell me.
Didn't do the math.
Yeah, just do the math. So there you go. All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's you. All right, let's do this. Series 6. We're gonna go over 6 different exam questions. We're gonna break it down with content. We're gonna break it down with techniques. We're gonna show you all that stuff, just like Brandy's been doing all week long. Guys, don't be like, oh, that's a Series 7 question. I'm studying the SIE. Oh, I don't need it.
I don't even label them anymore.
That's a good thing because people are so caught up into like, am I supposed to study that? Guys, if you're studying the SIE, every single dang question that's up there tonight is your exam.
Pretty much.
The SIE is the Series 6, the 63, the 26, the 65, the Series 7, the 66. It's all the exams all wrapped up into one. You are taking the gatekeeper of all exams. So make sure that you pay attention to everything that Brandy's doing, including how she goes and looks at the answers first before we read the question. What? Because reading the answers first helps you read the question with intent. We have a better idea of what we need to look for. Look at how she finds the key words. Look for the opposites, the similars, how she applies the content, how much she doesn't apply the content, how much she applies just plain old common sense and doesn't apply content at all. Guys, all those things take into effect can help you out and really get those scores up and really help you get to a better situation. And if you want more of this and you are like 6 isn't enough, join up in our members area. Like I say, we have just these kinds of sessions on Mondays and Fridays for all members. All right, let's go, Brandy.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I have alternate physical location of employees if needed, prompt customer access to funds and securities, notifications to regulators within 1 hour of the event, data backup and recovery, hard copy and electronic. First of all, that has a 1 in it. Now, normally I don't go for the spelled out numbers.
You like a hard, like numeral.
I like give me the number.
Give me the numeric
number. See the number, right? But excuse me. But you know, today, okay, look, there are some days where I think I'm too focused. And then I'm like, okay, I don't think that question's gonna work as well. Today, it was like, boom. As soon as I opened up a quiz, that's the one. As soon as I opened up a quiz, boom, that's the one. Because you know what?
Are you saying you didn't give much thought?
Because I feel like sometimes when we think too much,
we get in the way.
So check this out, right? I see the one. I'm pretty sure that's the answer. I look at the question. It says a broker-dealer's business continuity plan to be enacted in the event of a significant business disruption requires all of the following except. Is it reasonable to believe that we can only have 1 hour within the event to notify? What if it's midnight?
Or would it? Or
hey, wait.
What if it was not actually an event and we thought it was, and it was a false alarm?
Exactly.
We need more time to evaluate to make sure it actually happened, right? You don't want to be woken up in the middle of the night and be like, "Oh, there was an event."
Oh,
just kidding. You thought you lost everything. I'm just kidding. Go back to sleep. It's fine.
Like that's just not feasible. That's not reasonable at all. And so, see, guys, like I got on the technique of it being a number. I read the question. I might not even know what a business continuity plan is, but it says event of a significant disruption and only 1 hour.
Common sense just tells you
you
got to have more time than 1 hour.
Now, prompt, somebody put in the chat, prompt means reasonable time. Yes, reasonable. I can't put a distinct number on when I can get my customer access to their funds and securities, but it has to be as quick as possible.
Right.
Prompt. Within reason. I like that. I like within reason. Anyways, mutual funds, separate accounts, debt, equities. Now, if you're a member and you're watching this or you're on live, you know that we talked about 3 of these things at length.
All the time.
The separate accounts one is the only one that we don't talk about in great detail unless we're talking about one specific thing, and that is an annuity.
Annuities are famously have 2 separate accounts.
Maybe variable life.
But we're not here for variable life.
Well, I don't know.
I'm just
Variable,
kidding.
yes, we can.
I guess.
Right. But you guys see, so if I had to be a guessing person, this is the one that's different because it's the one that's like, what's it called? A subsect, a subdivision, a subtopic. I don't know what I want to say, but boom. I'm just, there you go.
That's all. It's dot to dot. Now, some of you are like, but let's talk about it. Why? Why
No.
is that? Who cares?
Just guys,
Who?
separate accounts, variable annuities.
I'm going to go with my word last night. Who gives a luck?
Luck.
Who gives a luck? Just pick B and get the right answer and get a pass notice.
I was thinking about what we said last night about luck, right? Obviously, guys, that's not what we're talking about, but I always get,
Because I can't use the word I usually use.
right, which rhymes with that. And I was laughing because there's a famous line in the movie Titanic that a real man makes his own luck. And I was like laughing.
Oh.
Anyways, the Federal Reserve Board at the discount rate. Non-member banks at the federal funds rate, member firms at the discount rate, and federal bank at the, okay, if you guys can tell, we've got the Federal Reserve, we got the Federal Reserve, right? We've got this idea of member and non-member and members, right? And then we got the discount rate, the federal fund, right? So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening that's similar to each other, right? But I happen to know that these two are probably the closest in oppositeness or similarness.
Right.
Right? Because they both talk about the Federal Reserve Board in the beginning. Okay.
Yes.
So because they both talk about this in the beginning, now this is where a little bit of our content's going to come in, right? Because on Thursdays we kind of tag in some keywords, right?
Yeah, because I'm like looking at this and I'm like, okay, I might have to read something.
Right. And so if I know that we're talking about rates, the first thing I'm going to do is go through my rhyme scheme or our keyword content, right? If I'm going, what let's see, discount rate is usually first, right? Discount rate, that's Fed to bank. If I'm going, let's see, the federal funds rate, federal funds, that's bank to bank. Then if I'm going prime rates, that is bank to corporations. And then the broker call loan rates, that's banks to broker dealers, right? Now, you're probably going, I still don't have any clue what you're talking about, Brandy, and that's okay. But this is like a little memory thing just to kind of get me to link things up, right? So if you guys notice, if I'm thinking that the answer is A and D, right, then D is not the right answer because it says Federal Reserve Board at the federal funds rate. This is federal funds and it's bank to bank. There's no Federal Reserve Board in the rhyme scheme. Okay. So because there's no Federal Reserve Board in the rhyme scheme, this is the only one that makes sense according to my quick little note here. Am I right?
Yep, that's right.
All right, let me just look at the question, double check that my work was right. Boom, Federal Reserve Board member banks needing to borrow money. So the bank is needing to borrow money, bank. Discount rate, boom, boom, boom.
So this one required a lot more work than
a
the
little
other
bit
ones.
though.
A lot of this, like I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, that looks like a mess. I don't know if I can remember that. Some of this is just you're gonna have to work through this and remember some of these things that you can find in our study guide that's available. If you scan the QR code and hit the links, Brandy has that all written out.
I actually think we have a video on YouTube on this.
Yes, you do.
Just saying.
Yes.
Right.
But it's not as complicated as you think.
No, it's not. Like I literally just remembered the words. Guys, let me stress to you. I just remembered the words. I don't know anything. I'm not really putting anything else to this other than just going discount rate, bed to bake. Like our kids have to memorize a presentation for their final. It's literally the same thing. Just got to memorize words.
Or if you went to church, right? You had to memorize, your passages from the Bible. Or if you're going to get, what do I want to say? There's different things that we've had to do in church where we had to memorize things, right? And we had to repeat it. It's the same thing, guys. Just break it down in small things and just say it over and over. You don't even know what it means.
Exactly.
Just like you don't know the lyrics to every song you sing, you just remembered how it goes.
Exactly.
And then sometimes we slow it down and we're like, oh shoot, that's what that song means.
Exactly. You know the lyrics.
I can't believe I just sang that when I was 14.
Right? You know the lyrics, but you never listened to
Right.
the lyrics.
Exactly.
That's what you want to do here. All right. 1 month, 6 months, 2 years, 1 year. So we can say like, that's an S, that's an S, that's one, that's one. Like we can mess around like that, right? Let's see. This is the highest. This is the lowest, right? We could do all that. Look at this. Boom. Restricted securities. Guys, another quick link. Anytime we talk about it being restricted, we talk about a 6-month hold. Restricted 6 months. Restricted 6 months. And I think I actually remember saying
it's a peanut butter and jelly moment.
You're straight up grounded for 6 months. You're grounded. You're on restriction for 6 months.
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Peanut butter and jelly,
6
I think
months.
sandwich.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're not helping here. Peanut butter and jelly, I think sandwich. You know what I mean? There's other sandwiches available, but I hear those two together. That's all I think.
Yep. That's it. You don't put ham and lettuce sandwich, ham and cheese sandwich. I can have neither. Must be 25 or fewer retail customers or prospects within 30 days. That should sound familiar if you've been studying, right? May be reviewed after use, post review, must be in good faith, must be filed with FINRA within 10 business days. Wait a minute. All of this sounds familiar. Now that I think about it, right? But I remember that this is retail communication. Everything else might be like, this is like everything. Guys, everything you do should be in good faith.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is, everything should be done.
No, only on Saturday.
Right? Review is correspondence and institutional, and this is correspondence. Wait a minute. Hold on. Correspondence and correspondence. I probably can't pick A or B because they both relate to correspondence because they're the same. And then if everything is C, probably can go with anything. So I bet you the answer is D. Oh, wait. It does have a number in it, but there's 2 answers that have numbers in it. Boom. All of these are true regarding correspondence, except totally missed my circles, but you guys got it.
You need to recalibrate your circling.
Funny thing is it's just me missing.
That's what I said. You need to recalibrate your circling. I didn't say the pin. It wasn't. I wasn't talking about the pencil. I was talking about you.
I honestly think that these 2 questions were probably the deepest when it came to content. But like that's it. It's just simply memorizing these 2 things.
There's certain things you have to memorize, and we like to keep it simple on the memorization. Like Jim,
boom, boom, boom.
Like Jim Lee said in his last pass notice, he said your study guides and the things the way you lay it out makes it really easy to memorize the things that we need to memorize.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I always like to add a risk question. I don't know why. There's lots of risk questions.
You're a fan.
I am. Risk. Currency has to do with money. Liquidity has to do with selling. Financial risk. Financial is also default, which is also credit risk. And purchasing power has to do something with inflation or anti-inflation. I don't know. Right? So those are my connections. Right. And you guys got the first 2, right? Currency, money, currency, liquidity, selling.
Liquidity people probably don't necessarily yet put together with selling, but they'll get there.
Yeah. I just think of the mattress store sells. They're always on a liquidation sale. Anyways, an investor owns a bond purchased several years ago, yielding 3% at the time was considered a fair return. However, these fixed 3% interest payments have not kept up with inflation. Inflation, boom, 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 boom.
Again, another peanut butter and jelly situation. Inflation, purchasing power risk. If you don't have those two things correlated together, I would write that down and memorize it.
As
Just
you
like the 6
should.
months, just like the last one. So if you stayed up late tonight and you're like, oh, I'm going to make sure that I take some notes on some stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't know. This is going so fast.
Take notes right there.
There you go.
Boom.
Put those together.
Boom.
Have them memorized. Put them in there.
Boom.
And then when you see it, you don't know why you should click it. You're not sure if you should click it, but you should just click it.
Just click it. Just click it.
Sometimes we don't even know why. You just got to do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just
It makes it a lot easier. And like Brandy started it off, like I know there was a couple of questions in there. It took a lot of brain power. You know, if you're brand new, you're like, wow, that's a lot if you're brand new. But it really isn't if you've been studying. Guys, just keep it simple.
Wait, but if you are brand new, that's how simple you keep it when you go to study.
Exactly. So you don't need to overcomplicate this.
Oh, man.
There's going to be a lot of questions that you thought were difficult. There are a lot of layups. And there's layup questions that can get you if you don't look at the content. There's a twist in there. You ever notice that? Like when you're reading something or watching a movie and it has like a twist in the plot, and you didn't know that was coming?
Mm.
You thought it was going to go one way and all of a sudden, bam. That's not the way I thought it was going to go. Guys, some of these questions are exactly that way. These questions are not your friends. They're not here to make sure they have an easy way to get you to pass these exams. Every Q bank, I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. Any Q bank out there, I don't care what Q bank you're using to study with, none of those questions are going to be on the exam. None of those questions will be on the exam. None of those questions will be on the exam. They will not be worded the same. They will not look the same. They will not smell the same. Nothing. And if you could taste it, they wouldn't taste the same either. Nothing the same.
No, actually, no.
So you need to just memorize key connections, key concepts, and key words. And it doesn't matter what's around them. It doesn't matter what the frame is surrounding the picture always remains the same. Just don't get distracted by the frame.
Yep.
Because that changes all the time.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for being here. We'll be back for more free Studying Brew next Monday. We got member session tomorrow. We'll be back for all the same good old stuff next week. Make sure to look for all the changes in our schedule as far as the members go for the summer. That'll be out this weekend. But I just want to say to all of you, thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. And that's what matters. You made the choice. Keep making those choices to put your studying in your day, and you will get it done. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super, super appreciate you guys. Practice the Kona catchphrase and the techniques in your quizzes tonight and through the weekend. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great one.